You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel lost? Another star, you fade away. Afraid of any shadow shines on the sea. Where are you now?
Hey guys, welcome to Tracy's Rhythmic Life. Today is a very windy day, but I'm gonna go ahead on and cut down my onions that have kind of gotten out of hand. So I'm gonna cut those down. I'm gonna get this leaf pile up here. I'm gonna get as much of that up as I can and just put it out in the back field out there. And I'm gonna water the herb section of the garden out there. I did a lot of transplanting yesterday of my some of the overcrowded mustards that was up here. I kind of thinned out and placed some in grow bags out in the herb section there, and it did come down a good little shower yesterday, late yesterday evening, last night, but it was not enough to for me. So I'm gonna go in before the freeze come in tonight and just kind of water a tad bit, and I may come out later in the week to harvest those cabbages. I may wait till next weekend, but I'm gonna do a little bit of tidying up out here in the back area. I just hear some people, some neighbors. So, but and I may do some seeding, and I will bring you indoors if I get a chance to do that. So I'm gonna just bring you along. I'm not gonna do as much talking because I did not have my mic. So just watch me as I do a little tidying up here in the back area. I'm gonna be a little lazy today. I'm not gonna unhook the hose so I can get it out in the garden. I'm just gonna water this jug. I have water already with the jug, and this is my second trip here. Too lazy to even go get the water in the can. All right, guys, we're gonna go out in the garden. All right, y'all, this is the onions that I have clipped down. That is a good bit. All right, I'm gonna go back and fill my jug up. All right, guys, I decided to come out and just water. My video camera was not going. Well, the camera was not going and recording, so I don't know how much of it that you missed, but I decided to just hook the hose up and come out here and do a watering because we did get some rain yesterday or late yesterday evening, but it was not enough. It was just enough to just wet the top surface, and it was not a whole lot. So before the cold comes in tonight, I'm gonna just go ahead on and just water the herb section out here. I'm not worried about the main garden here because it is kind of more out in the opening, a little bit better. And I did cut the onions. There was a good bit. I'll just show you at the end in case you did not see it already of how much that I did get. All right, guys, let me just water the garden. right, y'all, let me bring you in on another angle. All right, guys, I did decide to just go ahead on and just run a little water here on the cabbages and these little turnips here. We just letting those go just to see how long they can. I kind of did look at a root and they're fairly small, but we're just gonna let them go long as they can just to see if the roots will get a little bit bigger. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back up. Well, I'm gonna head in this pile right here. I'm gonna try to scoop up most of that pile there and take it to this back area back here. All right, y'all, I'm gonna pause for a moment and then I'll be back shortly. All right, guys, I am done putting the hose back up and I'm gonna go ahead on and kind of scoop up most of the leaves here. Now this may take me several days and days in between, so I may break this down in a couple of videos before I finally scoop up all of this, because I have about worn out just that little bit I have done out here, and it's kind of cool, but and it's windy at the same time. So I'm just gonna bring you along as I kind of scoop up some of these piles here. And I used some of these yesterday to fill up the grow bag. All that the wind don't blow off. I want to try to burn this, but it's so windy. It's not windy, it's raining. But working out here in the yard and in the garden, you get some exercise. Now, out of that rain that we did get yesterday, now this top level this top layer is dry, so we didn't get a good shower. Well, it came down a good shower, but it probably was so dry it maybe made it seem like it hadn't rained at all. Just enough to wet the surface. That's it. Now you may see me scoop this up in several videos that I do, because it don't look like a big pile, but it is a lot, y'all. Good compost. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead on and end this video for today. If you are still with me, thank you for continuing to come along as I do a little bit of garden work, watering, and a little cleaning up. So go ahead on and click that like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. And guys, I will see you all on my next one. Have a fantastic day.